All right, we're on record in the matter of D. Vincenzi v. Reeves, D21-633-8810, and the objection in T21217122N. May I have appearances starting with Ms. Gallagher?
Good morning, Your Honor. Denise Gallagher, bar number 5739. I am present on Blue Jeans. I represent the petitioner who is in Blue Jeans as well, Fireflies, and Kevin at the end. That's the name of his program that he logs on.
AI that follows me.
Yeah.
All right.
He's also present.
Who is Mr. Moore?
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Damon Moore. I am the Texas counsel for Jennifer Reeves.
Do you have pro hac vice standing in this state, sir?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Very well. For defendant Reeves? Ms. Bernhardt, you're muted. Ms. Bernhardt, you're muted. Ms. Bernhardt? Ms. Bernhardt? I don't think she can hear me.
She just sent a message, Your Honor, that she's going to log out and log back in because she can't seem to get it to work.
Gotcha.
Just got that message.
Ms. Bernhardt? Nope. Can't hear you, ma'am. Ms. Bernhardt? Ms. Bernhardt?
Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
I can. Can I get your appearance, please?
Christine Bernhardt, bar number 15503, on behalf of the respondent, Jennifer Reeves. Damon Moore is, as he stated, Ms. Reeves' Texas counsel. He is here today if the court has any questions about Texas law, as I am not qualified to speak to that.
Very well. Ms. Gallagher, do you have any objection if Mr. Moore from Texas listens in?
I actually have two objections. I have an objection to Mr. Moore being present, and I also have an objection to Ms. Reeves holding the children during this hearing.
And I agree. Ms. Reeves, put the children down. So I don't have any objection to Mr. Moore listening in. I anticipate if he has any communication, it will be with Ms. Bernhardt and not on the record. Obviously, if there's questions that pop up, I'm certain he can answer, but I don't have any objection to him listening in, provided his communication right now is with Ms. Bernhardt.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So folks, I need to start with a couple of housekeeping issues. I saw the objection that had been filed on October 13th by Ms. Reeves in T217122. I did pull it into the department just so we could get it grouped, but that obviously was ahead of Ms. Gallagher's opportunity to respond. So my question for Ms. Gallagher is, would you like to go forward with that? I'm happy to pass it to a date that allows you to put something in writing if that's your preference.
I appreciate that because I think I've been served with 100 pages of documents in the last 12 hours. And I've done my best to discuss with Kevin, but we found ourselves scrambling this morning, getting realtors on the phone and title companies, and it's a lot. So I would appreciate some time to respond to that, Your Honor.
All right. And I assume, Ms. Bernhardt, you don't have any opposition to that? You'd like it heard on the merits?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I am going to pass the T-case objection to allow Ms. Gallagher has time to respond based on the date of service, which was via e-service on October 7th. Let me find a date for that today. We're going to put it on law and motions, and I definitely want to hear it ahead of the original November 29th date. Let's see what we have.
November 18th, Your Honor, it's a full that day, but that's before the 29th.
Is it an open date? We're not overstacking it on this?
We would be overstacking,
Yeah, I don't want to overstack it.
so we have open days on November 4th, Your Honor. That's pretty,
Just what I got.
November 4th at
Just to let the court know, on November 4th, I have a settlement conference with a senior judge from 10 to noon.
Wow, how'd you get that?
Got it a year ago.
That's how you got that. All right, let me see what I have. I don't want to overstack you guys because I anticipate we'll need some time.
It's because that Veterans Day.
Yeah, the holidays. How about 1:30 on the 18th? Can we put it there? I know that that's a judicial settlement, but
We just have two matters at 1 p.m., Your Honor, but.
can we do it at, can you guys do 2 o'clock on November 18th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Bernhardt?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. November 18th at 2 p.m. For hearing on Ms. Reeves' objection to the TPO. Folks, the TPO was set to expire on October 17th. I am going to continue the TPO until the hearing date on the objection. And I'll issue that paperwork today. That's standard. And I would have done that in any event because the original date was November 29th.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so folks, we're here on Mr. Vincenzi's motion. It's on order shortening time. As of last night, Ms. Bernhardt, I saw a receipt of copy, but it didn't appear you had had time to do written opposition.
I filed a written opposition last night, Your Honor. I just, in front of the court, I realized that the court most likely did not have time to review everything prior to the hearing today.
All right, 8:06 p.m. All right, so Ms. Gallagher, you've had an opportunity to review that.
I have, and I spoke briefly with my client about it. Between the exhibits and the opposition, it's somewhere around 80 pages.
Okay.
So clearly, I did not have an opportunity to put anything in writing to respond to it, and obviously you haven't read it. But basically, it's an argument about timing in the case. So I don't know if you've already had your UCCJEA conference with the Texas judge, or if you're using this hearing as a precursor to that potential.
We're hearing
occurrence.
it on your request for order shortening time, and the motion was, and Ms. Gallagher had diligently filed certain documents on an ex parte basis. The matter appeared complicated to me, so I denied those requests. Ms. Gallagher filed her motion. She's requesting a UCJEA conference. It appears to me that in reviewing her motion without the opportunity of Ms. Bernhardt's opposition, it appears to me that we're aware of a Texas proceeding in Midland County.
Correct.
that we have an initial jurisdiction under 125A305, but being aware of the Texas proceeding, we have an obligation to, under 3552 and 3354, to contact Texas and hold that UCCJEA on the record so that the parties can be present, so we can determine the appropriate jurisdiction. Does that sound reasonable and fair, Ms. Gallagher?
Absolutely, it does.
Ms. Bernhard?
We do not believe, we are objecting to Nevada having original jurisdiction in this matter. We believe the jurisdiction in Texas is proper. We outlined that in our position. We are not objecting to the holding of a UCC.
All right. So, folks, what I would do then is I contacted my JEA yesterday and provided her with, we had Judge Lindholm's, and I'm trying to pronounce it, the information in Midland County. I provided it to my JEA, Ms. Castro, and indicated that we needed to contact the court to set something up. So we would do that. We would do it as expeditiously as possible. Ms. Gallagher, anything else?
Well, you know, my client hasn't seen his kids in about 8 or 9 weeks, and irrespective of what state has jurisdiction, I mean, you have emergency jurisdiction, I believe, and I have been unable to come to an agreement for my client to even see the children. It's very distressing. You know how long I've been trying to get that to happen. It's just, it's really unfortunate.
Ms. Bernhardt?
Nevada does not have emergency in this matter under NRS 25A3351. A court of this state has temporary emergency jurisdiction if the child is present in this state. The children been in Texas since August 13th of this year. They are not present in this state, and this court cannot exercise emergency jurisdiction based on that.
Ms. Gallagher?
Like I said, Your Honor, if that's the stance they want to take, then I would just hope that you would note that for the record. There is not one shred of any thought that this is the kid's father. That both of these children are small children, and this is their dad. It's very distressing to me. While I understand advocacy, we also have a duty to do what's in the best interest of the children, and this is the stance that this mother is taking with my client without any reasoning behind it.
So just, and again, I haven't read Ms. Bernhardt's opposition. It was filed last night after I got done. And I appreciate that you got it filed, ma'am. Obviously, the allegation in the initial pleadings is that Ms. Reeves left the state under the guise of going to see her sister. Now, we'll hold the required UCCJEA conference. Let's see if Ms. Gallagher pops back in. Ms. Gallagher? We seem to have lost Ms. Gallagher. Stand by. And we lost Ms. Bernhardt. Did they?
I think that's.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Ms. Bernhardt?
Yes, Your Honor.
I can hear. There you are. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What happened there? Everybody froze on me.
All right. Ms. Gallagher. Okay, so Ms. Gallagher's there. So as I was saying, based on Ms. Gallagher's motion, it was alleged that Ms. Reeves left the state under the guise of visiting her sister. We're going to hold the UCCJEA conference. I will obviously, before our next hearing, review Ms. Bernhardt's opposition. Obviously, both counsel are aware that depending on the result of the UCCJEA hearing in Nevada, you can't benefit from wrongdoing, and that remains to be demonstrated, but we'll get there. So if counsel and if Ms. Gallagher and Ms. Bernhardt are able to do some sort of electronic interim agreement until we can work out a UCCJEA conference, I will leave that to their good offices. I do want to let the parties know, I'm sure their attorneys will tell them, sometimes it takes a while between the time differences and the judges' schedules to set up the UCCJEA. I try to make myself as available as I can, even if it's odd hours, to accommodate other jurisdictions. So we will reach out and start that process. I started it yesterday. And then we do have the return date on October 17th, or I'm sorry, yes, October 18th at 2 o'clock for the TPO. You guys will see, I will do an extension today. And then we'll yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but so since they filed that opposition and you don't have one set yet, I'm going to get you a reply to that over the weekend. I'm going to have my client provide me with the correct documentation to demonstrate that Ms. Reeves is not being honest with the court, that she is manipulating the situation. And I will be filing that. And then also, would you then give us notification to come back on for a hearing quicker if you were to have the UCCJEA Monday?
I can tell you right now that it's taking us a week to 10 days to try and work out UCCJA conferences. The other issue that we're having, and it's no fault of the parties, but it's just what happens, is we're bumping up against the holidays. I will make myself, if it's 8 a.m., in Nevada, we have to comport with what our clerks and our court schedule is. I don't have my courtroom, and the clerks don't come on until 8 o'clock. They obviously have to boot up the systems. But I'll make myself available. I do my UCCJAs on the record, so obviously Ms. Bernhardt and Ms. Gallagher would be present. I anticipate Mr. Moore would be present in Texas. I've had several where we've had multiple counsel and multiple jurisdictions appear. So certainly that would be an option. We would reach out to our Nevada counsel. I anticipate Ms. Bernhardt would reach out to Mr. Moore to make sure he's available, and we would hold that hearing on the record. My hope is that I can find you guys a slot that we would do the UCCJEA, and then if Nevada has jurisdiction, we would remain on the record to resolve the motions before us, just because it's better for you guys to have final orders if we're the proper venue.
Agreed.
Okay, Ms. Bernhardt, does that work for you?
Yes, Your Honor, and there was just one more thing I wanted to address while we're still on record.
Yes, ma'am.
As Ms. Gallagher said, we have been in communication trying to work out some things. We have not been able to come to any final agreement regarding timing with the children. However, we have communicated with Ms. Gallagher, and Ms. Reeves has communicated with Vincenzi. Still has her green card in his possession, and she needs that. She can't move on with her life. She can't get a job. She can't get a driver's license without her green card.
I think my client indicated that he mailed that.
The court, but I was wondering if the court would be willing to issue an order that Mr. Vincenzi bring Ms. Reeves' green card to my law office so that we can get that to her as soon as possible.
Well, I can't issue orders, Ms. Bernhardt, because you've indicated I don't have jurisdiction.
We're only arguing the jurisdiction of the custody of the minor child, not the jurisdiction of community property.
Ms. Gallagher?
I think that Mr. Vincenzi actually emailed her last night and said that that was already sent. He sent her personal paperwork.
No, I sent her backup phone yesterday, and I had already shipped it before sending the green card, but I have no problem sending the green card. That's not a problem.
Perfect.
All
Thanks,
right,
Kevin.
So we'll just have an agreement by the parties that Mr. Vincenzi will provide the required documentation to Ms. Reeves. And then obviously, if that's not accommodated, we have jurisdiction, we can deal with interim and temporary orders, depending on what the UCCJEA result is, okay? So it's preserved.
That's great. Okay, thank you.
So regarding the hearing on the TPO objection, was that November or October 18th?
November 18th at 2 o'clock. And Ms. Gallagher is going to get on file any responsive pleading that she would like to do. And we'll hear it, but the consequence is that it'll be extended until the objection can be heard on the merits. But it would have been, just so the folks are aware, it would have been anyway, we would have caught it, hopefully before it expired, and extended it anyway because your original date was so far out.
Your Honor, I would also ask if we're going to be sending her her green card, if she would agree to take the children's passports to her Texas counsel. She is not a citizen of the United States. My client is also extremely concerned about the fact that she may run with the kids. So I would ask that that occur as well by agreement. If he's going to send her green cards and other documents that may allow her to leave, we would ask that that occur.
Ms. Bernhardt?
Maybe Mr. Moore could make that agreement.
Ms. Bernhardt?
Ms. Reeves has no intention whatsoever to leave the country. But yes, we will. We will ask her to bring her passports to Mr. Moore's office and leave with him.
Thank you.
Also, I do not have a passport for Adam, and Kevin. Adam, my 9-month-old baby, does not have a passport.
Mr. Moore,
This is very.
ma'am, please stop talking. Mr. Moore,
Yes, Judge.
in Texas, is it common for attorneys to hold passports? It is in Nevada.
It is not common, but if you require that, then we are willing to hold it.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. So not common in Texas, folks, but Mr. Moore will accommodate us while we're pending UCCJEA.
I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, so folks, we'll be reaching out to local council and also to Texas. So Ms. Bernhardt, if you don't mind, would you please reach out to Mr. Moore with the UCCJEA information if he wants to participate? That way he'll be able to.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll make sure the information is passed on.
Very well. Okay, so we're going to get Ms. Gallagher's response on the T case, which is going to be November 18th at 2 o'clock. I'm going to extend the TPO until that date so the objection can be heard on the merits. Mr. Vincenzi is going to mail Ms. Reeves her green card and related information, and Ms. Bernhardt, on behalf of her client, and Mr. Moore will agree to hold passports pending, at least pending the UCCJEA. We'll see who has jurisdiction. Obviously, Texas might have different rules depending on how things shake out. Ms. Gallagher is going to get a reply on file to the motions. My plan is, folks, you'll see the motions grouped with the UCCJEA, but we may or may not hear them depending on what the results of the UCCJEA is, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. We appreciate your time today.
All right, you guys take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.